All right. Let's go to our last topic. This is the one that's probably I wanted to save it to the end because this is where it's going to get
It's
interesting.
either gonna like this only goes two ways. Either we all agree on this,
Or
or
we don't.
then we just start arguing. But I promise you, every time Chaz has one of these, like this is going to be the topic, we all end up agreeing, and
That
then
is
we're not
true.
really that impressive
That is
anymore.
facts. It does. You know what? You're right, but I don't think I made. Listen, when I came up with this on my way home from church, okay, I really was like, oh no, this is going to work. All right, goat debate, and shout out to my kid for prompting this idea. Okay, this is shout out to everyone's our tribal chief that we acknowledge at the 3 Count podcast. Our tribal chief Chase. Excuse me. He was telling Elijah that the goat. Well, Elijah said the goat was Shawn Michaels, and Chase, our tribal chief, said no, the goat is not Shawn Michaels. The goat is John Cena. And so I went, okay. And I was like, all right, I'm listening to a 5-year-old and a 4-year-old have the goat debate. And I said, well, I would include those two in the conversation. I had to go to Chase. I said, Chase, well, people say Shawn Michaels is the GOAT. And then I started thinking, well, AJ Styles, Ric Flair, Stone Cold. So, look, this is not favorite wrestler talk. All right, this is the GOAT status. I'm talking about drawing power, influence, championships, longevity, match quality, cultural impact, legacy, wrapped all that. 1 through 5. All right, rank them 1 through 5, being one being the GOAT, the top GOAT. 5 being, the fifth, but still the GOAT. All right. Be ready to defend every spot when you do this, okay? I will start this one off. All right. Number
Let
one.
me-
Go ahead.
All right, so we've put the five out there. Let me throw this out there, okay? And I know why you didn't, okay? Chad. I know why. Okay, take your personal feelings out of it. Why didn't you put Hulk Hogan in it?
I don't like Hulk Hogan. I
Yeah,
don't. I don't like
bro.
Hulk Hogan.
Trash, bro.
I just look. Can I be honest with you? I was thinking hard to replace Hulk, and I said I need somebody in that era to replace Hulk because I don't like Hulk, and I will not consider Hulk the GOAT because you can put anybody in that spot, and wrestling would still go the way it went. I'm just sorry. Terry Bollea was just the right place at the right time. That's I stand by that. I don't
That's
think.
what all wrestling is, though.
So I don't care. Don't like Hulk Hogan. Anyway, and that's my stance on it. I stand on that. You can have you want to listen. You can do that. You can add Hulk in your goat debate on Red Dog and Friends. Okay.
We
Put
can
on
make that
Chaz
happen real quick.
look. Cliff goes. Well then, since you said that, I was waiting for that. I tried to set it up for him. Um,
I did want to do it.
but all right, but yeah, I don't like Hulk Hogan. But so I thought of all right in the '80s, that era, that golden era. Who's up on that level? Ric Flair. And Rick has more championships, and Rick was a better worker than Hulk.
Yeah, there's a couple things I want to argue with you in there, but you said cultural impact, and I mean, say
Ric
what you
Flair,
want,
Rick
man.
got woo on it. I mean, Ric Flair is pop. Anyway, let's go. All right, number 5. All right, in my top 5. Here we go. Ready? Number 5.
Yeah,
What number?
Number 5.
he said number five.
Stone Cold Steve Austin. All right, and I'm gonna tell you why I put Stone Cold at number 5. Stone Cold at
Because
number.
you're a Shawn Michaels and AJ Styles fanatic. That's why you put him at five.
That's not why. Anyway, you shut your dirty little mouth, Mr. Clifford. Okay, you shut your mouth. All right, this is my time. This is my time. All right, you can have your time. Number 5. Okay, like I said, Stone Cold Steve Austin. Stone Cold is everything the Attitude Era. That's the Attitude Era right there. Okay, Stone Cold is what kept the E is still in business. Stone Cold is low key probably why we still have WWE after 2000. So Stone Cold Steve Austin, and I mean they're still chanting what to this day. That's number 5. Okay, number 4. I'm putting Big Match John up there, okay? Big Match John at number 4. And I'm going to tell you why I'm putting Big Match John at number 4. Okay? Mr. Goat Cena himself carried wrestling through probably one of the dark ages, all right, in pro wrestling history, all right? Post Ruthless Aggression, PG era, WWE Network era, John Cena was the guy at probably one of the worst times to be a wrestling fan, okay? When wrestling was at its stupidest, John Cena was waving that flag, okay? John Cena pushed a lot of merch, all right? And he got a lot of kids eating Fruity Pebbles, all right? So, John Cena is at number 4. Number 3 was Shawn Michaels. All right. Probably the greatest in the ring performer. All right. You can argue with anybody. All right. He was better than Brett. I'm sorry. All right. He was way more charismatic than Brett. All right. He could work better than Brett. Brett just knew how to put people in submissions. No, I'm not going to back out of my mic because I need everyone to understand why my top 5 matters.
Stop deep throating the mic.
Well, then, since you put it that way, I'm gonna back up. Um, where was I at? Yeah, what was I saying? Oh yeah, Shawn Michaels. Yeah, Shawn Michaels is Mr. WrestleMania. Okay, Shawn Michaels is my favorite wrestler, but no one puts on better classics at WrestleMania than Shawn Michaels. Still to this day, you could probably argue with Seth at this point, but it's still Mr. WrestleMania is Shawn Michaels. Number two. Number 2 is the 16-time, all right, world champion, all right, Ric Flair. Now, Ric Flair today is so crazy, and he says a lot of crazy stuff out of his mouth. He needs to stop being online. He talks a lot of trash about professional athletes, and he's going to get himself hurt. He needs to stop drinking, and he needs to stop talking about coming back to the ring. But who am I to tell Ric Flair what to do? Because he's Ric Flair. Ric Flair is pop culture. When you have rappers, all right, talking about Ric Flair drip, all right, my man Ric Flair is on Car Shield commercials still. My man Ric Flair, everybody knows Ric Flair. My students, all I have to do is say 2 claps and a Ric Flair, and they go, woo! Everyone knows how to woo, all right? And then on top of the fact, Legacy, his daughter Charlotte, all right there behind him, about to win a bunch of belts too. So right there, he's got a generational child in there. Ric Flair at 2. And number 1. The number 1 GOAT. Argue with your mama. Argue with anybody else. Don't argue with me. You can't deny that fact that the greatest wrestler of all time on my big G.O.A.T. God's earth, all right, is the phenomenal one, AJ Styles. And I'm going to tell you why. Because there is not one single person that has gone around the world in every major wrestling company, all right, and won their world title and became the top guy. That's AJ Styles. Everywhere he went, he was the top guy in a pre-AEW era. Let's just go there because, well, he didn't. All the nerds will go, eh, well, he didn't go wrestle in AEW. Pre-AEW. So that's my top 5. Argue with your mama. So yeah, number 1, I'll re-say it. I'll say it one more time, so just in case you all forgot. AJ Styles, Ric Flair, Shawn Michaels, John Cena, boom. Stone Cold Steve Austin.
This man said, "Argue with your mama." Yet this is the debate topic he chose,
He really
and he
did.
asked us to put our 2 cents in Twitch.
That wasn't to you. That was to the viewers and the people listening and watching. That
I'm
was
gonna argue with your mom. I'm here to argue.
I saw she put people. Who did she put in there?
Ric Flair, Ricky Steamboat, Jay Youngblood, and Ernie Ladd.
You need
Yeah,
one
that's a
more.
good list.
That's a good list.
Pre
But that's not the five that
1990.
that's not the 5 that he chose. That's not the 5 he chose.
No. Ricky Steamboat. No. Jay Youngblood. He's cool. Ernie Ladd. I'll take Ernie Ladd. And Ernie
Ricky
Ladd pick.
Steamboat had like one of the greatest matches of all time.
He did. But
And
no.
how dare you be like, Ricky Steamboat?
No. Nah. That's her personal pick. That's not a true GOAT pick. That's her personal pick.
Yeah, but if Ricky Steamboat still wanted to get in the ring, he would still hang in the ring now and wouldn't have not passed out twice in the middle of a match. Let me just put that out there. Ricky Steamboat is still in like really, really good shape, guys.
All I'm gonna say is this: Who are you to tell Ric Flair that he can't wrestle? That's like saying, who are you
I
to
am
tell
just
Tom Brady he can't
I am
pass? Who it's like saying,
compared
who are
to
you to tell
compared
LeBron
to
James he can't play basketball?
first of all,
About everybody in the NBA.
in the wrestling world, me telling him that, I will just be, I'm just a peon to talk to the GOAT that way.
Yeah,
But
right.
Rick, I'm gonna need you to not come back again. I don't want you to pass out twice in the tag team match that you're trying to run one more singles match. No, my guy. You're good. You're good. Just chill. Cause you know who I'm gonna feel bad for? Whoever takes that singles one-on-one match, he takes one bump and like croaks out. I'm gonna feel bad for that guy because he's gonna be the guy who killed Ric Flair, and that's not what I want to happen. So there you go. All right, Twitch, go ahead and put your 5 on because I want to see how mad he gets at me.
So number 5, I feel like with everybody on this list, it just makes sense. Number 5, Stone Cold. Like you said, he was the Attitude Era. That Austin 316 shirt still sells today.
Still,
Uh
30 years.
Number 4, and Chaz ain't gonna like this, but I'm gonna go Shawn Michaels.
What?
Shut up, bitch! This is my time.
What?
Shut up! Shut up!
Oh dang!
That's right. You shut your whole ass up.
I'm done. I'm
Number 4, Shawn Michaels. Yes, he is Mr. WrestleMania. He is a showstopper. I feel like if he really wanted to, he could still get in there and go. I'm looking at this list, and we're putting titles in there. We're putting merchandise in there. We're putting everything out there. You're not putting merchandise out there that's outselling John Cena. You're not putting merchandise out there that's outselling Ric Flair. You're not putting merchandise out there that's outselling AJ. Number 3, John Cena. Cultural influence doesn't even need to be brought up. Everywhere you go, you can't see me. Everywhere you go, you see his shirts. People buy his, watch his movies. Like, he is this generation's, as much as you hate him, he is this generation's Hulk Hogan. Number 2, Ric Flair. Literally, you said it best. Walk into any bar and go, give me 2 claps and a Ric Flair. Watch what happens. Anywhere. No, nobody said unmute your mic. No, number 1, I have to agree with Chaz. AJ Styles carried New Japan. The Bullet Club. Find me a shirt at any wrestling event that isn't a Bullet Club shirt, and then compare it to the number of people wearing Bullet Club shirts. What?
I have 2.
I have 2. I was about to say I have 2.
Who carried TNA on their back?
Talk about it. Talk about it.
Who put the X Division on the map?
Talk about it.
AJ Styles.
Put him on the big screen. Talk about it.
Yeah, you gotta do all that.
Talk about it.
Ends his point. He's like, yeah, that's it.
Who showed up at WWE and made one of the biggest impacts in their debut? AJ Styles. Who went on to have a, no pun intended, phenomenal career in WWE. First round Hall of Fame. Like, the fucking legacy speaks for itself. You ain't got to have the kids in there. Your merchandise outsells it. Your name outsells it. If you came out of retirement and said, I want to do one more match, I'll go to AEW. Guarantee you, who's going to do the job? MJF going to do the job to you.
Yeah.
Every company you step into, you put it on the map in some way, shape, or form. You have won titles in companies that I can't even pronounce the name of.
Okay.
All right, Cliff, go piss Chaz off.
Yeah, let's get this started. I'm gonna be fair. So I do like your point about my number five. So number five for me is Ric Flair. I get it, championships. I get it, right? The Ric Flair drip, but I'm talking about a generation right now that does not know who Ric Flair really is, as far as an in-ring competitor. Sure, all you wrestling historians out there, you'll all come down on somebody and be like, "Well, you don't know who Ric Flair is. You don't know who his daughter is. Blah 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 blah." You these kids right now, as generation goes, they don't know who he is, and so that's kind of like on us to be able to teach them, like, hey, yo, this is who that guy is. But right now, I'm telling you right now, Ric Flair, as far as like the wrestler goes, as far as a cultural impact, it's not really that significant right now. Like as far as over brand, sure, I'll give it to you, but you have to still put him at number five because at number four is Shawn Michaels. I agree with Twitch. Number four, and here's why. You have to look at the longevity of a career. Like I get it, Sean's career right now is like taking off obviously through NXT and obviously Mr. WrestleMania. Obviously, he's the guy that you want to go through and main event pay per views. He's put over new stars. He also had a whole run where he was just a selfish guy and he was doing his own thing, right? There's two parts of that Sean's career, but as far as a cultural impact, like outside of telling kids to suck it, what else did Sean really contribute to like a
Half the
generational run?
roster's favorite wrestler was Shawn Michaels.
Who's?
He's like this generation of wrestlers we have now are modeling him. What do you mean? Cultural impact. Everybody wants to be Shawn. That's who they're trying to be. How? What do you mean? No, that's they are. They say it. Half them NXT.
I don't know why you're talking
To
during
piggyback
my poll.
to piggyback off what he's saying, though, he's right though. Take away D-Generation X, who's Shawn Michaels.
The Heartbreak Kid. What are we? Wait, what are we?
You mean the stripper?
I mean,
So we're
outside.
just gonna forget that we're gonna forget post 2002.
First of all,
I'm talking
hey,
about.
first of all, argue with your mute button. Don't argue with me right now. Let me get my number. Let me get my number three going in. My number three is Stone Cold Steve Austin. Again, you guys made references. Like if you look at Stone Cold, even like with his podcast, outside his podcast, the T-shirt sales, like the most anticipated match for WrestleMania after what was it 13 14 year hiatus out of like wrestling period, comes back and wrestles KO and just puts on a banger of a match. Like that is like what's crazy about like seeing Stone Cold come through and wrestle and just do the things that he was doing. Like you're talking about the guy who led the Attitude Era. He as he left, cultural impact wise, like we still do the like two finger salute. We still stand here like this. We all watch people wear the Austin 316 shirts. Everybody still be yelling what in the middle of like wrestling. The kids who yell what right now, they have no idea why. They just follow the rest of the crowd. And it's usually us older people who are like, what? And everybody just echoes it. And that's all because of us, because of what Stone Cold did. So that's so far as the impact goes with that. Um, Number two is AJ Styles. Hear me out. AJ definitely has an impact in wrestling as a whole. Let's not take that away from him. Okay, I mean, like you said, TNA, ROH, New Japan, WWE. Like the man is multi Hall of Famer in every one of those. If they retired him in every all like whatever companies they wanted to, they could retire him in AEW. He never stepped a foot in the ring. Like, and we would all be like, yeah, checks out. Like it works. In wrestling culture, like there's no bigger impact than what he has. But there is one thing that doesn't really transcend. Like I don't see AJ in the general culture. He's not there. Now I can give his wrestling pedigree is second to none, or is first. There's nobody close to him. Even my number one, who is John Cena, is like his wrestling pedigree is not on the same level. But the thing about John Cena is that he moved merch. He held down to WWE for what 14, 15 years before he became a part-timer. He had a whole tour that he was coming back from. Kids were buying, they were selling new t-shirts every week at a new spot, and they were running out of shirts. There's 17 T-shirts out there right now that John Cena had promoting other cities that he was supposed to go to that he did not show up to, that they have on was it Club WWE that you can purchase. Like, and we're talking like Denver, we're talking about like just any other little place that he did not go to. They have a shirt for him. Like that's crazy, and they're still selling out. Like you look at his impact like through generations, and then outside, man, like look at all the movies that this guy's done doing, right? Like first, like we can talk about the Marine, cool, but then you look at all the things that he was doing outside of that, right? Look at him. We laughed when we saw him pop up in the Barbie movie, and that was a movie he wasn't even supposed to be in. He was like not even casted for that. He just got asked to be in a random spot, and he did it. Like we, if you look at the impact wise, like John Cena's impact now, just in the wrestling world and then outside and with the kids and generations, the Make a Wish, every John Cena's impact, no one's coming close to. So when you, as soon as you mentioned cultural impact, I was like, yo, John Cena, right here, like John Cena is also a multi-platinum selling rapper. Like, let's not fake it. Like he's came out with multiple tracks. So to me, when you're talking about different types of media, like John Cena is excelling in all of them, and Rick may have one platinum record where he was just doing his woo, but John Cena has a whole platinum album. Like, what are we talking about? Like, so for me, John's got to be the GOAT. Like, I mean, it's still, the thing is too is that when you look at action figures that they release of like all the collections for WWE, even when he's not on the show for a full year and they're releasing new figures, John Cena's figures always won. There's always in the pack. So I mean, like, we really talk culture wise, like shift wise, like that's the guy. He's moving
I'm,
merch.
I'm not going to argue with that because that is your list, and I'm not Chaz, so I'm not rude. Uh, so I just want to say one thing about your cultural impact of John Cena. If you take away WWE, who is John Cena?
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
Nothing.
It doesn't matter. Like at the end of the day, it doesn't matter because we can say that all day.
We
Like, and
can.
I get it. AJ Styles would be number one if you took away John Cena's WWE. But guess what? That's not what happened.
He's there. Yeah.
He's there
No, I agree with you. That's just that has always been my argument about John
because you could do
Cena.
the same thing with Shawn. If you took the W away from Shawn, who's Shawn Michaels?
Nobody.
He's just another guy.
No, he
Like,
brought on the Indies hook a little bit. A little bit.
do you remember? Do you
Don't try
remember?
to hype
Hey,
this
give me
up.
give me your favorite Shawn Hickenbottoms match.
The one he had on that news station. I can't remember who he
Right?
wrestled. I just know he wrestled that guy. I saw it.
That's always been my argument when people put him as the goat of over
Yeah.
everything is even when we did this list 2 years ago, like.
Yeah.
But I
No.
understand it. Your most cultural impact, you are probably correct. Like most Make a Wish foundations, like
Well, like, okay, so I'll give you an example. I saw earlier there was somebody they were talking about, like Chris Van Vliet had this thing on his Twitter page, and you guys can go look it up too. But he talked about his. If today you asked people to name 5 wrestlers, who would they name? And I'm thinking, and everybody was just like, "Yo, they would name this person, this person, this person." It's like you guys are in a wrestling bubble.
no, you got to
Nobody
take
knows
yourself
who those
out of
people are.
that. Yeah,
Nobody knows who you are. Hulk
yeah.
Hogan, Baby the Undertaker, John Cena, Batista,
The
uh,
Rock.
The Rock. Like that's the 5. That's the 5 right there. Like that's who's getting named. You might catch one person who'd be like Hunter, like maybe, but
You
that's
would
it.
catch somebody who says NWO. I can almost guarantee that.
Yeah, you'll catch maybe one person. But again, Hulk Hogan, like
So well, exactly. Yeah, that. Yeah.
yeah, there's I'm like yo, I don't. That's why I was like, bruh. And I get it. Like I get a lot of people's like thought process of like Shawn Michaels and like everybody's emulating his wrestling style and AJ Styles the same way, right? Like cool, but like these impacts from like Cena are like major, major, and we're like Shawn was the face of WWE for what, a couple years, while John was like building his way up and then just carried the company for years. But we're gonna say that Shawn is like in the top 5. Like if we put him in the top 5, yeah, but he's maybe 4 at best. I said it.
I mean, I did the
Out of the
same.
names, out of the names you just picked, out of the names you picked, try to tell me who's gonna have out there that's gonna be better. Your top 5, like you're like, and even you put Shawn at 3, Chaz.
I did.
So that means you had 2 other people who are better than him.
Yeah, Rick and AJ.
Rick and I can't understand how Ric Flair is above John Cena and Stone Cold. Like aside, you know what? Maybe for every woo, there's a what.
That's fair. You know what? That's fair. That's a
And to
great
be the
point.
man, you gotta beat the man. Woo, right? Or because that's the bottom line. Because Stone Cold said so.
Stone Cold ain't got his own weed.
He don't.
Stone Cold has his own beer. What are we talking about? It's a broken skull.
Fair.
Let's say yeah. Then they're pretty.
We can, and actually, now would not be, and I know Austin's coming out with his own gummies too, because he was talking about that on his podcast. Like
We was talking
he's
about
coming
that.
out with his own CBD.
He did. I heard.
Yeah, the CBD. Get out of here with your CBD talk.
That man out here gummy up, THC gummy up, like Austin 316 gummies. Like, hey,
I'm not gonna lie, I'd probably try them.
yeah, I'm
Because-
doing it. I just like you like I don't know. I get it too because like here's the other part that I would this would be the one part that I would give to you, Chaz, as far as like Rick, right? The first gimmick for Stone Cold did not work, and the first gimmick for John Cena did not work. I'd be fair with that. But when they caught fire, they ignited everything.
You're fair.
Some rapper and some dude who shaved his head and said, well, that's the bottom line. I'm just going to sit here and drink a beer, a margarita, 2 margaritas, a shot of tequila, 2 tequilas, 3 tequilas, 4 tequilas. Beat up Booker T.
What's up? It's your boy Twitch Graves. Thank you for checking out this episode. If you haven't already, make sure you like and follow us on YouTube, Spotify, Rumble, Facebook, Apple Podcasts. We're also on Instagram, TikTok, Threads, Blue Sky, and Twitch at 3CountPod. Twitter and X, 3Count_pod. While you're at it, head on over to Pro Wrestling Tees or ForYourWear.com and make sure you buy our merchandise. That was talking, they won't run their mouth when them shadows start popping, body start